Hey guys, Pharaoh880 and welcome to part 2 of the rear camera installation on my 2012 Jeep Wrangler. So one of the JK4 members said, hey, how do you know that you've got your camera installed correctly? And I'm thinking to myself, how easy is it? You just push it into the hole that you drilled and everything, right? He was right, I was wrong. You've got a horizontal and vertical part of the camera. If you take a camcorder and flip it upside down, obviously your picture's going to be upside down. So I was like, oh, I completely forgot all about that. We have our little portable DVD systems that we install in the headrest when we go on trips for the kids. I got one of the monitors out, hooked it up to the camera, and sure enough, it was upside down. So this was right before I went on vacation about a week or so ago, and very quickly I tried to take the camera out of the bumper and fix it, and I didn't leave myself enough wire, and I pulled the wire literally apart inside the actual protective part of the wire, and I killed the camera. I was really bummed out about it. So after we got back from vacation and everything, while I was making this video for the part 2 installation, I went ahead and ordered another camera. There was some shipping errors and stuff because this one was coming from China. The first one came from the US. So there was all these delays and everything. So while making this video, I figured, hey, why don't I just take the camera out of the bumper and try to look how the wiring is and maybe fix it. And sure enough, when I took a razor blade and opened the wire up, there was 3 wires, a black, a red, and a yellow. And I was able to splice those wires back together and get the camera working again. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you all that real quick. I'm going to show you a thing that I'm going to do with the wire harness that I got. And we'll go ahead and get that all hooked into the back of the MyGig system. Stay tuned. Here is the wire harness for the MyGig system. All I really need is I need the camera input, and I want the video output right here so I can try to hook up some permanent monitors on the backrest for the children, because the MyGig system does play DVDs. I really hate to break something that doesn't need to be broken. Oh, don't y'all just hate that? That's all I need right there. This is the main connector, or at least it's supposed to be the main connector for your audio and video inputs and outputs for the video system and camera system. My camera input uses the orange and brown wire. So here is my orange and brown wire. Orange and brown wire, yellow goes to orange, black goes to brown. There. So there's my video wires. So the first thing I'll do is get me some shrink wrap, cut it to size. Once you're happy with your solder connections, just go ahead and take your shrink. Now again, I can just stop right there. And this is a lot better having just this piece versus having this piece. Now what I want to do is I still want to get my video output cable, which is going to be in this mess right here. I still want to go ahead and get that set up and soldered on as well. Here is the original wire harness, or the rear entertainment bypass wire harness. And here is the contraption that I just made from that wiring harness. I took some shrink tube also and put it right here. Cut the wires down so it's nice, and it looks pretty factory. Very happy with that. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed into the Jeep. That was the wire that I had broke, if you would call it. And there was just enough to splice everything back in the way it's supposed to be, and it works. Thank you, God, it works. I was able to cancel my order for the second unit. This is ready to go. Now I get to show you how to correctly install the camera. I'm going to go ahead and take the camera and just lightly set it in there, where I can turn it if need be. So I'm going to go ahead and start rotating the camera. What I ended up doing was I had to take the monitor and strap it to the back seat rest while I fiddled with it in the bumper. And this is the final results. Everything is lined up perfectly, and it's ready to go for the wiring into the radio. To take the interior trim piece off of around the gauges and around the radio on the JK, on the newer ones, you're going to take this panel right here and pull carefully from up here, unclipping it. On each side of the steering column there's a 7mm bolt, one on the left side and then one on the right side. Then you remove your rubber tray, which then exposes another 7mm screw. Carefully remove your switch or your cubby hole here, and then this will expose the fourth remaining 7mm screw. And that is how you remove the center part of that dashboard. 4 bolts, 4 7mm bolts on each corner. I'm going to set those right here in the rubber tray. And then this pulls out. Just for the heck of it, I don't know why. I'm going to take a picture of the label for the dealership just in case they need any information from this label here. So now I've got to run my video wire. I'm going to remove my glove box, try to make this easier to decide how and what route I'm going to go. Now I went to Radio Shack and bought a little coupler, an RCA coupler. Got me a couple of tie wraps. So I'm going to take my video wire, and then I'm going to take my camera input wire. Make sure I do this. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get some of this wire, tie wrap it along with the video output wire. I'll tackle that another day. There's plenty of room behind here to lay the wiring, it looks like. So I just got back from the dealership, and the rear view camera is now activated on my RHB radio 430N. On the paper they showed that it only took them 0.5 hours. Realistically it took them about 15 minutes. Most dealerships are going to charge you for an hour's worth of time to do this. I would call around to other dealerships or dealerships in the area to see what they'll charge before taking it down to get it activated. The camera works great. I'm very happy that it still is activated when you put your vehicle in reverse with the radio off. Thanks again for watching my videos. Click subscribe or like over here. I think you gotta hit it on the screen first before you can do it, but feel free to subscribe to my other videos. I appreciate it very much. Thanks again.